it began to look like it was actually a CIA operation to take down.
Wasn't he CIA, though?
What's that?
Wasn't he CIA to begin with?
Look, first off, everything about Snowden's career has been sketchy to the max, okay? And you got to remember that Booz Allen is Mike McConnell and Joan Dempsey and a couple of other key people, okay? And so there was some rumors going around my circuit of retired CIA people that Snowden was in fact, that NSA had gone one blackmail too far, and that Snowden was a CIA operation to take down NSA. And I don't know what the facts are. I mean, I love it if it's true. And there's just enough there. I'm absolutely certain that NSA has not just been violating the Constitution. They have been doing insider trading. They have been doing blackmail. They have been doing a lot of really evil things, including subsidizing foreign intelligence services, spying on their own citizens. And by the way, NSA doesn't have a legislative charter. It's just an administrative agency of the executive. Congress can take it out anytime it wants. So that was the second impression. But then as I have watched Snowden over time, I've been increasingly impressed by the maturity and the consistency of his presentation. And watching today, I was saying to myself, this guy has gone to a whole new level. I mean, he is now a world figure with a coherent narrative that is clearly resonating with people around the world. And there's no arguing with that. And I think Daniel Ellsberg also did an excellent job of making the point that most of these secrecy agreements are administrative agreements. They're not criminal, legal kind of things where you can actually be sent to jail. Now, the fact is we put people in jail all the time without a legal basis. Susan Lindenauer was put into jail for a year. She's written a great book on extreme prejudice. And I think the only thing that got her out of it, and they were trying to drug her the whole time that she was there, was that Andy Card was a cousin. But we disappear people all the time. And it's a very frightening thing. The fact is there is no defense against a government that's out of control. Now, I met Snowden's father asked to meet me. Otherwise, I would never have gotten close to him. And we had a really good talk, and it turned out he is just like me in terms of being a patriotic veteran who has served his country, who believes in the Republic and the Constitution, who is seriously concerned about an out-of-control government. And from meeting Snowden's parents, that took me, if I started with Snowden at 50% and have gradually made it up to 80%, that took me to 90%. There are still questions in my mind as to whether or not Snowden is in fact a Booz Allen run operation on behalf of the CIA. If so, more power to them. Because I think NSA is long overdue for takedown, but so is CIA. I mean, CIA, I've written a post on 7 CIAs. CIA is rendition and torture and drones that have a 98% error rate, which is collateral damage, killing people that have nothing to do, and we create 100 terrorists for every one that we kill. So I'm not happy with the totality of our secret intelligence role. Now, your second question.
Are you familiar with Fred Rustman, the ex-CIA?
No.
Any opinion on his allegations that...
I have no idea who he is. What are his allegations?
He's allegedly an ex-CIA operative, and his allegations are that Snowden is a double agent. It seems ridiculous to me.
Double agent for who? For what?
I don't know, but for the CIA to take that, to kind of put a finger in the eye of the NSA.
Well, that's what I just finished saying.
Right, I know, but it seems ridiculous to me, but I'm just curious if you know.
I have no idea who that guy is.
Okay.
I am telling you that in the world that I lived in, Snowden would never in a million years have qualified for the jobs that he got overseas. Okay? No fucking way. There is a lot of evidence to suggest that he was in fact groomed for a role. And I think it's quite remarkable. This may well be one of the coolest things CIA has ever done. Yeah, it's good. It's good, but you know,
And you look for me.
and I don't know, but the bottom line, look, the bottom line for me is I'm high on Snowden. In fact, I thought about a publicity line because I do interviews every once in a while. Given a choice between Hayden and Alexander and Snowden, I would shoot the two generals and promote Snowden. Yes, ma'am.
I think it's
So
important.
just to your comment about Snowden wouldn't qualify when you would have qualified for the positions he had. You being out of that world for a while, what do you think the difference is now between who?
You're allowed to smoke marijuana.
But beyond that, like.
This is very important. Where are your priorities? The FBI wants to be nice to you guys. I think that's an extraordinary cultural evolution for the FBI. But go on.
Doesn't it seem like there's maybe more to it about why or who they recruit now versus before?
Well, you know, I did a tour in the Office of Information Technology at CIA, and I'm glad you've asked the question because the qualifications have been changing. When we went nuts on counterterrorism, we were giving away GS-15 positions to guys whose only qualification was that they spoke fluent Arabic, with no college degrees and no real-world experience except for this and that. And so the system has a huge problem. First off, 70% of the secret world's money is spent on contractors. And one of the problems that we have with contractors is that they win contracts based on lies and then they field unqualified people. And that really hoses the system. Now, the other problem we have is that within the government, we've forgotten how to write a statement of work. And we've forgotten how to write a technical evaluation plan. And so we end up letting the contractors write the statement of work and the technical